3,000 miles east of balmy Serra Retreat. It was cold and raining along the still dark shore of southwestern Connecticut. Downstairs in his basement workout room, Michael Licata, recently appointed Don of the Bonanno crime family, was covered in sweat and grunting like a Eurotrash tennis pro as he did his Tuesday kettlebell workout. As he felt the burn, Licata thought it was sort of ironic that out of all the rooms in his new $8.8 million mansion on the water in moneyed Westport, Connecticut, he liked this unfinished basement the best. The exposed studs, the sweat stains on the concrete, his weights and beat-up heavy bag. Pushing himself to the limit every morning in this unheated raw room was his way of never forgetting who he was and always would be. The hardest, most ruthless son of a bitch who had ever clawed his way up from the gutter of Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. The short and stocky 50-year-old dropped the 40-pound kettlebell to the concrete floor with a loud crack as he heard the intercom buzz on the basement phone. It was his wife, he knew from bitter experience. Not even 6:30 a.m., and already she was on his case, wanting some bullshit or other, probably for him to pick up their perpetually late housekeeper Rita from the train station again. And he'd imagined that by working from home instead of from his Arthur Avenue social club in the Bronx, he could get more done. Screw her, he thought, lifting the bell back up. The man of the house wasn't taking calls at the moment. He was freaking busy. He was stretched out on the floor about to do an ass-cracking exercise called the Turkish get-up when he looked up and saw his wife. She wasn't alone. Standing there in the doorway with her was his capo and personal bodyguard, Ray the Psycho Siconolfi. Licata literally couldn't believe his eyes, because how could it be possible that his stupid wife would bring Ray here into his sanctuary, to see him shirtless and sweating like a hairy pig in just his bicycle shorts? "You're kidding me, right?" Licata said, red-faced, glaring at his wife as he stood. "It's my fault?" Karen shrieked back at him, like his very own silk pajama-clad witch. "You don't answer the friggin' phone!" That was it. Licata turned like a shot-putter and slung the kettlebell at her. Before she could move, the 40-pound hunk of iron sailed an inch past her ear and went right through the sheetrock into the unfinished part of the basement, popping a stud out of the frame on the way. She moved then, boy, like a scalded squirrel. "This better," Licata said, staring death up into his 6'5" bodyguard's eyes. "And Ray, I mean better, be fucking good." Ray, ever expressionless, held up a legal-sized yellow envelope. "Somebody just left this on the gatehouse doorstep," Ray said, handing it to him. "I heard a truck or something, but when I came out it was gone." "What the? Is it ticking?" Licata said, shaking his head at him. "Come on, boss, like you pay me to be stupid," Ray said, hurt. "I fluoroscoped it as usual. It looks like a laptop or something. Also, see, it's addressed to you, and the return address says it's from Michael Jr. I wouldn't have bothered you except I called Mikey's phone and there's no answer. Not on his cell, not on his house phone." "Michael Jr.," Licata said, turning the envelope in his large hand. His eldest son, Michael, lived in Cali now, where he ran the film unions for the family. Teamsters, cameramen, the whole nine. What the heck was this? He tore open the envelope. Inside was, of all things, an iPad. It was already turned on, too. On the screen was a video, all set up and ready to go, the arrow play symbol superimposed over a palm tree bookended house that was lit funny. There was a green tinge to it that Licata thought might have been from some kind of night vision camera. The green-tinged house was his son's, he realized when he peered at the terracotta roof. It was Michael Jr.'s new mansion in Malibu. Someone was surveilling Mikey's house? The feds, maybe? He thought. "What is this shit?" Licata said, tapping the screen.